Yeah. J-MEEKS. See my phone ringing? Hello. Yeah. How is you doing? Yeah, I know how, cause I'd have been through it. Yeah, I'd have been doing some shit that I never could see, and some other shit I'ma get to it. Yeah, and if I'ma do it, then I'ma get fluid. Yeah, I'm trying to be in another location so much that the languages I'ma get fluid. Yeah, man, if it's dangerous, how could you do it? Man, someone never know. Yeah, and someone never grow. Yeah, but never be the nigga talking shit and the gun'll never blow.
Yo,
Yeah,
salute to the subscribers. We're back with another episode, iBall Network Podcast. We out here, man. Episode 58. I think we're on 58 right now. Yeah, man. We appreciate all the listeners, man. All the streamers, all the watchers on YouTube, man. Y'all been showing us a lot of love, man. So we appreciate y'all, man. We got a lot to get into. So before we get into anything, let's just introduce ourselves. I'm your host, J-MEEKS, and I got my guys with me, like always. What's up, Thirst?
What's going on, everybody? Thurston and Smith. It's always amazing because God's on my side.
Yes, sir. What's good, Mace? How you, bro?
Shit, man. We out here, man. We back like we left, so you know what I'm saying? Small delays, but we back, you know what I'm saying? Talk to them.
Yes,
So let's get to it.
You know what I'm saying? Minor setbacks, you know what I'm saying? Major comebacks, though. But yeah, let's get into it, man. Like my guy Thirst said before the show, man, it's this the media right here, man. It's the real media, man. The new media. I like to call it the true media. You know,
yeah, true media.
We don't speak no bullshit over here. We're gonna get to the real, to the raw, and we're gonna speak our minds for real with no punches pulled. So without further ado, we got a few topics to get into, but we'll start off with the pretty much breaking news right now. My man KYRIE has had the world, the sports world by storm in the last at least 2 to 3 weeks right now. And you know, despite all of the trash talk that KYRIE has received over the last year, seems that the whole sports world is very concerned on where he gonna play, who he gonna play with, and how it's gonna turn out. You know what I mean? And I wasn't surprised. You know, I wish we would have got into it before this man opted into his contract yesterday, because we would have been able to talk about, because we're gonna still get into it, but I want to talk about what was your thoughts beforehand and what's your thoughts after the opt-in. And I know y'all well enough to know we not surprised by what happened. You know, we expected him to opt in, but you know, it's a lot of y'all bandwagon fans and bronze sexuals, all of y'all. I'm calling all y'all out today. All y'all was hype about KYRIE. Couldn't wait for KYRIE to leave the Nets because y'all wanted him on your team, despite all of the negativity that my man has received. Now all of a sudden, KYRIE, the vaccinations don't matter no more. You know what I'm saying? Now niggas don't care that he doesn't play half the games. You know, all the shit that my man Mace ran off before, which was facts, you know what I'm saying? But the man is still who he is. He averaged 27 points a game since he's been on the Nets. He's set records on the Nets, got the most 50-point games, the most points ever, all of that, man. We can get into all of that. But I'm saying, like you said, there's all these reasons to why the Nets shouldn't want to commit to him and why other teams shouldn't want to fuck with him. But as you've seen over the last 2 weeks, he's the talk of the town. So let's get into it, man. KYRIE opted into his 36 million, 37 million, like we expected. But a lot of people expected him to try to take a mid-level exception from the Lakers at $6 million. Like, I guess y'all think this nigga is just plumb dumb. And he missed out on 17 million last year. Not, you know, we already debated whether it was his choice or not, but he missed out on 17 million. And so of course he's not about to miss out on 30 million to sign with the Lakers and save LeBron once again, give him another championship or whatever it was going to be the case. So let's get into it, man. I want to say beforehand, I felt like there was no way he was going to leave. And if he was, it's because the Nets just don't want to commit at all. And I know they weren't going to, I understand the Nets don't want to sign him to a long-term extension, but when you have Kevin Durant as your superstar and he wants KYRIE, then you kind of do have to give him an extension, bro. You're stuck at that point. So if that's why I knew KYRIE was going to sign. I'll just leave it at this, and then we'll get into it. It's a lot to get into, but I knew he was going to opt back in because Kevin Durant is their superstar, and they just lost James Harden. If you don't commit to KYRIE in any way, you're going to lose Kevin Durant because he's not just going to sit by and watch the team be ass after he committed to this trying to get to a championship. So go ahead and get into it, man. Mace, go ahead. I know you got something to say.
As Russell Westbrook said,
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. Y'all niggas tripping.
y'all niggas tripping. like, if you actually thought that nigga was gonna opt out and go play somewhere else, it was stupid. And I said in the chat, I knew it was Cap when he listed his name of sign and trade teams. Bro, he put Philly on there. Really?
Yeah.
So he gonna go play with James Harden? Like,
Right.
cut it out. He wasn't going to play with James Harden. That's why I knew it was Cap. When you see that, it was just a leveraging tool. You know what I'm saying? It was just people like, hey, you know what I'm saying? And got the whole world talking, media talking. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who's ever been in any kind of contract talks, you want leverage. That's just what it is. So you put them in a position to go, well, these are my options. And then everybody talk about, oh, he's going to go play with LeBron. So what they going to do with Russ? Because they're not going to waive Russ if you do that. And Russ and him can't play together. And then if you look at the sign and trade, in that trade, that means that they would have to send Russell back to the Nets. And who in the hell thinks Kevin Durant's going to let Russell Westbrook come back play with him?
Right.
Like, come on, bro. Like, it was dumb. So when everybody's talking about it, and I'm a Laker fan, but I'm a Laker realist. I was like, ain't no way in hell Kyrie's gonna play the Lakers. There's no way this is gonna get pulled off. So you might as well cap it. So I wasn't even trying to hear that. And like you said, the biggest reason I knew it, the Nets can play hardball all they want to with Kyrie. They can talk all that shit they want. But make no mistake, if they lose Kyrie Irving, they are going to lose Kevin Durant. He is gone. Like, he's finished. He's gone. You're going to be stuck with Ben Simmons. So that ain't nothing you about to play with. No disrespect to Ben, but ain't nobody about to sit by and take that. So just like Meek said, man, too much money on the table. Just like everybody, we'll get into the rest thing later, but same thing with him. If you think they about to walk away, I'm going to go take a mid-level. I'm going to lose $30 million to go play with LeBron for 1 year. Boy, stop it.
And it's really like 5 months, bro. Like, you're going to lose out on $30 million for a 5-month season real quick?
Yeah.
Come on now.
No sense. So, yeah, they can miss that.
And he already won a championship with LeBron and got zero credit. So I'm just saying, you think he's running over there to do that again just because they get along now? Like,
exactly.
Go ahead,
all that, like you said, because they get along perfect. Like you said, everybody.
Right.
What they say? Oh, he's trying to reunite with LeBron. He made a phone call. It's leverage. It's leverage. It's what they do. It's just put it out to that. I'll make this decision, and he opt in. I watch the deal come.
Bro, you see how excited the whole fucking world was, especially all the Laker fans. Like, oh shit, LeBron and Kyrie, like they knew Kyrie was their only hope in order for the Lakers to be relevant next year, and it didn't happen. So now what? But go ahead, Thirst, get into it, bro.
I mean, I'm definitely happy it happened. To bring it back. I was disappointed to see it, but I understand his contract. But the whole lovey-dovey LeBron James during the podcast, I was like, what the hell is this man doing? This man's, saying, he drink juice? You a cop, Jay? Kyrie, you cop? You ain't cop. You ain't cop. You cop? So I'm glad he's coming back, but I ain't gonna front. If he did go, I'm more of a KD over Kyrie, and I was hoping that if it did pull off, he would go back to the Warriors.
Nah, bro.
He can't go back.
If he go, I mean, I wish he went back. But no, if it didn't go down, I wanted KD to go to Miami. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, they're here. The band's back together. I'm looking forward to it. I'm happy he came back. I do understand both sides. We Mace did an amazing job breaking down, Kyrie's history, not being available for a full season. You know what I'm saying? It's been very rare that he has played pretty much a full season of basketball, or almost a complete full season. You know what I'm saying? I think the last one was like he played 71 games, but it was with the Cavs. So now it's like 4 years ago. So, I understand it, and it's going to be interesting what comes to play at the end of this season. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see. They got to pretty much win the chip for him to get a long-term deal. So I'm interested to see what happens, though. I'm definitely happy that he decided to take his talents back and stay home in Brooklyn.
Okay. Lastly, I do want you to say, what did you mean when we was in a group chat and we was talking it, and I said save it for the show? What you mean when you said the Lakers was the only team interested in Kyrie? I need you to specify that.
Oh, I mean, to really have it make sense is just like, all right, you said all the teams he listed, that's pretty much the only real one. You know what I'm saying? It said everything. He had his wish list, and then I mean, media wise, it said everyone dropped out but the Lakers.
Now let me clarify that. Outside of the media wise, Kyrie said that he wanted to play for these teams, but these are the teams that were listed in a sign and trade scenario, and that's what made it different. So I understand why you and I saw a lot of analysts saying nobody's interested in Kyrie except for the Lakers. No, the truth is the Lakers were the only team that were capable of doing a sign and trade for Kyrie because of the caps. No one has the cap space in order to get Kyrie right now. So what he did, like May said, it was just a leveraging tool. So it was just to show that there's teams that were interested in him and that he could have a destination if the Nets didn't want to commit. But the Lakers weren't the only team interested, but they were the only team that were willing to, of course, give him $6 million, bro. Like that's the only team that could afford Kyrie that he was interested in. Like if he can't go to the Sixers, he can't go to the Miami. There had to be a trade where big pieces would be moved. And I mean, if you just out of nowhere say I want to be traded, a team that's already has a solid squad is not just going to release somebody for Kyrie just because he's just bullshitting really with the Nets. So that's all. No one's going to commit and jump out the window and put their players on the trading block because Kyrie is playing around with the Nets. That's all I'm saying. I just wanted to clarify that because, yeah, there's every team would want Kyrie, but it's about can they make the deal happen, though. But we can move on from it. I just wanted to, talk that shit real quick.
Okay, cool. All good.
But yeah, we can move on from that. Which I want to say, I mean, the finals it's over with, bro. Like the
wait a minute. Don't be trying to stay off now, my brother. There was a lot of talking leading up to this. You said Boston in 7. You said
and
Boston.
What'd you pick?
You know, wait, hold on, wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. We can't just skate past like it happened. I mean, the finals going to stay. There's a lot of stuff. It don't matter. No. We're on time. You know what I'm saying? We're right on time where we need to be. You know what I'm saying? We're right on time having this discussion. So we got to talk about Golden State. And especially on top of that,
cut it out. You want to talk about Draymond.
Right. He only want to talk about Draymond, bro. You don't care about
No. We do want to talk about there's two because there's things that you pointed up, right? That was addressed. We said y'all both said that Clay didn't look like Clay. They should probably need to be removed from Clay. Andrew
Wiggins was the second best player in the series, Thursday.
I didn't say
when you was watching.
Well, I'm not done yet. I'm just saying he still showed flair. He still showed up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Y'all said that, but I was like, he still showed up in some pivotal moments, hit some key 3-pointers. You know what I'm saying? And we said that on one of the shows. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm just bringing that up. And also,
he didn't look like Clay though. We know that.
If you're gonna quote it, I said if they lose this finals, and me and Meeks both said this, and Clay does not step up and he play like he played, they're going to probably look on to move on. We didn't say move on from him. We said if Clay does not look like the Clay that he's supposed to, and they lose these finals, then they should consider it. We didn't say move on no matter what. If you continue to, that's what we said. Get that right.
Okay, well, there's a couple of things I remember it's brought up.
Thank you, Mace.
So I'm bringing these things back up. You know what I'm saying? Bring these things back up. And then also
bring up that I said Golden State was I felt like they would win, but I'm gonna pick the Celtics though too. Don't you acting like I said the Celtics gonna sweep these niggas or something.
I never said that, but I do remember
going 7 because of the league is fixed.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, so I was wrong.
That's all I'm saying.
It went 6.
That's all. Okay, that's all I'm just saying. I'm just bringing up the stuff that we talked about and then bringing it to now. But you said something though where we said save it for the show.
All right, what's that stuff you was talking, man?
Oh yeah, what I was saying is that we were bringing up what Draymond Green talked about his performance in the Game 6 game that he dominated the game. And he said that he did
it. Continue, my bad.
Thank you.
I thought you said dominated. My bad.
Yes, that's what I said. Going out exactly what he said, that he dominated the game. and you say he did dominate the game, and I was like, well, what are you saying? What is it that you do not agree with when you say I dominated the game?
Bro, you don't even use the word dominate unless you had at least 20 points. Like, first of all, I know, yes, he did. He did control. I say he did a very great job on defense throughout that game. So if he's saying he dominated the defensive end of the floor, I probably wouldn't even oppose to that. But to say I dominated the game or I dominated, period, like, relax, bro. You had 12 points on 5 for 10. Good job, Draymond. You did a great job. But just like how Russell Westbrook gets thrashed because he's making 47 million this year, and he averaged 18 points and shot a terrible percentage, and he didn't contribute to a lot of wins this year, and he gets flamed. But because Draymond gets to hide under the coattails of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson all year, we get to just ignore all of his terrible performances and let him say he dominated when he didn't do nothing close to dominating. Like Steph Curry had 34, Wiggins had 18, he had 12, man. He had 8 assists and 12 rebounds. So he had a good game, but don't say you dominated, Draymond. Like, this is why niggas be talking too much shit, man, because you can't just say I had a good game and I'm proud of my teammates. You got to be like, I dominated. And literally, Draymond had one of the worst series that I've ever seen this man have before that game, too. He was playing horribly. But go ahead, Thirst. Keep hyping my man's up, man. Gotta hype your people up, man. Somebody gotta do it.
I mean, I'm going off what he said. I'm just going off what he said. So you're saying no, he didn't dominate the game. So I'm like, well, what is a dominant performance? You talked about only about points when he's not there to score. But the fact that he, had a great performance. So you say he actually have I think 8 points, 6 points. It was horrible, right? So for this game, he got 12. You know what I'm saying, which was not the leading scorer, but he had the most rebounds on the team.
He's a max player, bro, so I expect more than 12. Go ahead. I don't like when y'all say he's not supposed to score. I'm never gonna tell a basketball player it's okay that you can't score, bro. Like, that's giving a man a pass for not practicing his fucking skills. So, like, I'm never gonna say that, bro. I'm not the person that's gonna say that, Thursday. You give him a pass by saying he's not supposed to score. Yes, he is. If you're out there playing basketball, that is what everyone's supposed to be doing. But go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
Okay, but you're coming out 2 times already. All right, so all this. Okay, no, it doesn't happen because you want it to happen. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm just saying, bringing this point up. So for someone to say I had a dominant performance, it's not even like a lead scorer that is not on the team supposed to score. Like, what more are you supposed to do? I mean, he got points. He filled up the stat sheet. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he got 12 points. He got 12 boards. He got the most assists. He got the most in rebounds. Well, he got the 2 steals, and he had 2 blocks. So second in blocks with second in steals,
5 turnovers,
and then 5. Oh yeah, I'll give you the full stat line. Yeah. You know, so he had 5 turnovers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
he had a good game. Like, it wasn't dominant though. That's all.
And then no one scored on him. You know what I'm saying? I think like the percentage with him scoring was like 1%. I want to say it wasn't this game. I think it was the game before last. 1%. At all the attempts scored on him, out of 10, only 1 person scored on him. So I'm just like, at his defense. So I'm just like, I mean, that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? And the NBA right now, where these people are most skilled ever that we ever seen, that you being this size, you being who you are, and you're controlling it like that. Like I said, you're not locked down, but like, that's pretty damn impressive. For the people who we do say are locked down, they get buckets on. And you are this person here, and people are barely even scoring on you when you're guarding them. I just think that's impressive. You know what
I like the word choice. Impressive, not dominate. You won't say he dominated. If you did, you bugging. He didn't dominate. He had an impressive performance. I'll give him that.
It's very impressive.
In this era of talking after games and stuff, he got a podcast, so I understand how, he was feeling himself and he wanted to say he dominated, but dominating is what I saw Shaq do in the finals, and Kobe and Tim Duncan. They dominate. Like, Draymond doesn't dominate games, bro. Like, this just is what it is. He has dominated in the past, but them days is over with, bro. So let's just not overhype his performances, and let's not act like it's more than what it is. You had 12 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists, and that's solid. But that's not, you didn't dominate shit. That's all. We can move on from that, man. We already talking about Draymond for too long. Like he dominated. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. That's all. Mace, did he dominate? Maybe I'm wrong. Please tell me if he dominated.
Shit.
You watched the same series I saw. And you know damn well this nigga didn't dominate before game 6. So
if you're impact and no one's not scoring on you, what do you call
that?
You know,
there goes. That's the word I would use. Draymond's had a very his impact on the game was very big because he had the most rebounds, he had the most assists. Has a very big impact. Here's the thing: if you want to say I dominated the boards, touche. If you want to say I dominated on the assists, touche. But to me, this is me. You have to be specific because when you say I dominated, in my mind, I'm looking at all facets of the game, which means if without you, we had no chance.
Right. That's
just me. That's how I look at it. When you say you dominated something, like that means there was nothing you can do. Like with me, without me, you were dead without me. I can't agree with that. Now, if you said he dominated the boards, yeah, touche. He dominated on defensive possessions, of course. But like, there's not, and this is not a knock against him. They're still leaving you up for threes because you can't shoot. So they're not dominating because no one believes in you. That's all I'm saying. It's just, but it doesn't mean he's not balling. It doesn't mean he didn't ball. It doesn't mean he didn't have a very aggressive, intimidating. He did all that. But like when someone's dominating, he goes, no, I'm not comparing him to Kobe. Kobe dominated the way threw 4 niggas at him. Like we could put 4 people on you. Like they're still letting you shoot wide open threes and just boxing out early.
Changing the definition of dominating, bro.
That's just me. That's just my opinion.
What Shaq say about the big man out there? They need to go out there and dominate. You're the biggest man out there. What Phil Jackson told me. Go out there and give him 30 and 12. Dominate. Give him 30 and 12. That's what Shaq considers dominating 30 and 12. Draymond had 12, bro, and 8. Like that's like the 7th, the 10th nigga on your bench. That's like his stat line. Is what Draymond got in that game 6 that he's claiming to dominate. So that's all. Let's just not change the definition of dominate, you know. And Draymond is not a dominant player for us to even be calling him that. He's not. We don't expect him to dominate shit.
I got you. I was like, he brought it up, and I just asked for your clarification on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just no doubt. But the only thing between you and Mace is that Mace said that he did not dominate because he has to score points and have a full stat line in order to dominate. And you're like, I don't expect him to score. We just don't give no. You can't just give him a pass. That man said he dominated. He in the NBA. He should be able to put the ball in the basket too. Especially we know Draymond shoots wide open damn near every single time he shoots. So you should not have 12 points shooting wide open shots in the NBA, bro. And especially when Klay Thompson and Steph Curry is on your team. So you wide open all the fucking time. But I mean, I like you. I agree with you though. He's not known for that, but I don't give nobody a patch. It's like Shaq sucked that free throw. We don't get to just say Shaq was dominant, even though he shot 1 for 30 from the free throw line. We're gonna say Shaq sucked from the free throw line, and but he dominated the rest of the game. So, but yeah, let's move on from that, bro. All right. So, and I just want to say, was there any last thoughts on the finals though? Like, because we off of that. But I will say Marcus Smart, Marcus Smart got cooked by Steph Curry, like I've been saying the whole time. Let's see it against the real guys, and he got cooked, bro. Like Steph Curry was dancing on that man and doing what he wanted with Marcus Smart, bro, like we expected. So, anything else I got to add?
No, that's what I talked about with the when we talk about defense. You said lockdown is just like, dog, how is it your lockdown when your man is getting 30? You know what I'm saying? Your man got what is lockdown? Like, what's the definition of lockdown? Because it's like, yo, you got the award. You saying they called you lockdown, and he's what I'm saying. But this who's guarding Steph Curry right now?
Yeah, whose man is this?
Whose man is this, B? He averaging 30. He averaging 30 points in the playoffs, B. He's a point guard. You're a point guard. I think that's your man. You know what I'm saying? Right. But like I said, we see this all the time from people who's like, yo, he's a lockdown defender, and it's like, yo, you're getting torched. I.e., you know what I'm saying? Drew Holiday. So it's like, I just don't think there's lockdown anymore. I just think there's like good defensive specialists, but no one's really locked down because it's so skilled. Anyone can drop something on you, at any given time. Like, I know the Claw, he's getting older, you know what I'm saying? But we've seen Luka drop buckets on him. Game winner off one leg. Like, I just don't think it's like
Only
lockdown.
reason I disagree with you, because there is still lockdowns, but the game has changed to the point where the coaches know how to get one-on-one matchups is really out of there, bro. Now it's about switching everything, so they're really kind of doubling on all of those whenever they like how Tyronn Lue, to your point, he was killing Kawhi and Paul George. Luka was, but Tyronn Lue, even though he's a great coach, I give Tyronn Lue his credit, but Tyronn Lue, his idea was to switch everything against Luka. You do not switch everything against a guy who's gonna get a bucket on everybody. You put your best player on him and try to keep wearing him down, and then I will put my second best player on him, keep trying to wear him down. But I wouldn't keep switching the picks, because that's really what it is. It's like there's still lockdowns, but if you can do a pick and roll every play, like the NBA wasn't like that before. You remember in the 80s and 90s, it was a throw it into the big man game, and now it's more of a pick and roll, because I can just get the matchup that I want. So I'm just saying, I can't say I'm cooking a nigga like Thurston. If you a lockdown defender and every time you come to guard me, we just playing in the park or whatever, and you come to guard me and I call for a pick every time on you, I'm not going to say I bust your ass when I score 10 out of the 12 points or whatever, because I kept calling for a pick to get Thurston off of me. But with that line has got blurred at this point where we let Luka and whoever's running off of screens all day, we act like they just cooking everybody. But nah, bro, you running off of Luka literally does 1,000 screens a game. Like, so if
Trae Young, Luka, all
of them, yeah, bro. Like it's pick and roll all day. So you're not killing the matchups. Like back in the day, Kobe wasn't calling for a pick and roll when he had Bruce Bowen and Shane Battier and them on it. He would cook them niggas one-on-one. But nowadays it's let's get Luka on. When Kawhi was on him, it was very rarely that it was just one-on-one and Kawhi got cooked by Luka. It was just rare, bro. But if you look at the stat line, yeah, Luka cooked everybody. Or if you look at the replays, you'll see Kawhi trying to fight through a screen and then Luka hitting them real quick before he can get through it. So that, to me, that's just my opinion, is that's not cooking a nigga, because I've never in my life cooked a nigga by doing pick and rolls. If I say I'm cooking you, it's because you guarding me and I'm cooking you when you're guarding me. But if I'm calling for a pick, I'm going to say, niggas, you're calling picks every time. Like, you scared of me. You know what I'm saying? So, I do agree with what you're saying, though. But I'm just saying lockdown still exists. Yeah. But the coaches found a way to get them niggas the fuck out of there, basically. But all right, let's move on from that, man. We can get into these questions that we got, the little fire off questions. Or do we have another topic that I'm missing before we get into that?
I thought you said what should the Boston do now that they lost? Because you know what I'm saying, Tatum, the resurrection of KD.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
You said
that's quick. We don't really talked about that, bro. But I'll say firstly, I think Marcus Smart is the first move, bro. Because, and I'm not saying he's a problem. It ain't like he was fucked up, but you're not a playmaker at the point guard, and you got two emerging superstars on the wings of you, and them two could just do a lot better if they had a real point guard. Like if they had Alonzo or somebody like that, them niggas would go crazy. They would be even crazier. But because they have a defensive stopper, that non-playmaker at the point, I just feel like that is what's hindering. That's what's going to keep them from going above the top, because Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they was able to hone in on them and make somebody else do something. And who was doing it? Like it was hard to find some buckets, and Smart's not getting a bucket on his own. Horford not getting a bucket like that. None of them dudes is outside of them two. So if you're asking me, get rid of Smart and get a playmaker or a scoring point guard. And then, because I think the rest of the team is solid. But go ahead. How y'all feel?
Nice.
Hey, man, I'm on it. Not being funny, when I see that nigga Marcus Smart, I really just see a younger Patrick Beverly. I'm not even gonna cap with you. I'm not being funny. Like,
I know it's still funny.
But like you get you're more known for defensive stops. You do some flailing and flopping. You good, you know what I'm saying? You'll make a good defensive play and get some momentum. But when the game and it's time to slow it down, like no. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, don't give that nigga the ball. Like, we've seen when it's time to get the game done and the ball's in his hand, he gonna do something stupid. Like, that's not what you for. So they need to go, like, if Reggie Jackson was on the market, that'd be nice. Something like that, you know what I'm saying? They need someone who could score, get their own bucket if it's needed because of the other two, or make decisions or plays. But you can't have your best, the person on the ball, be defensive and have an ego where they think, I can get this done. Because there was a few plays in the finals where it was like, no, that's not your shot. But right. He was like, I'm gonna take it anyway. They need a better mind. That's what they need up there.
Factual.
Yeah, I agree. I don't need to harbor on it. I definitely agree. Solid. Like, damn.
Okay.
But 4 for 12.
Yeah, if they just had like another solid because we've seen the two backup point guards was playing better than Smart 90% of the time, honestly. So they could have really had them starting, and they would have been probably had the same success. So yeah. So let's move on from that. First question you sent Thirst was which franchise will win their first NBA championship next? Suns, Clippers, Nuggets, or Nets? I'm gonna go with the Nets, man. I'm picking the Nets next year too. Fuck y'all niggas talking about, nigga. Nets winning it all. Nets and Warriors in the finals, nigga. I don't give a fuck how nobody feel. Go ahead though. Man, them niggas gonna be back healthy though. I'm just saying, look at that Nets roster now. But obviously Ben Simmons' goofy ass is the ultimate test piece, nigga. If this nigga doesn't play, it makes it all weird again. But if he plays, it's a whole $100 million player that could just, make y'all the best team in the East.
That nigga Ben Simmons is gonna be on Fashion Week for the first 3 months of the year.
Oh God.
Oh shit! Who you got, Smith? Who you got there?
I got the Nets. I just seeing with the West the West has always been hard. It's just like, yeah, I know y'all just signed John Wall, but we really haven't seen him play like that consistently. You know what I'm saying? And definitely down the road. But it's just like Golden State, they got it locked up over there in the West.
Wasn't that shit weird when they just automatically just talk about now that John Wall's a Clipper, watch out because he could take them to the finals. I'm like, this nigga ain't played like 3 fucking years. Like, what is we talking? And last time we saw him play,
even though I don't think he's just gonna take them to the championship, that is a good pickup, bro.
I think he's a nice piece, bro.
And their team is already solid without him, and they didn't have Kawhi last year.
No, it's a great pickup, but the ESPN is like, it's over. Watch out. Like, they're going to the finals. It's like, whoa. Yeah, calm down, my boy.
They are going to be nice, though, with Kawhi. Because, I mean, I would have picked them to be, contending with the they would have been in the finals against the Warriors if Kawhi was back, I think. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi, Paul George, and then that solid team with the mix of youth and then the veterans. That's just a solid squad. And John Wall, I agree. He's not like Reggie Jackson is gonna was doing as much as John Wall will do.
Yeah, of course.
Correct. I get
it. But John Wall brings a different dynamic because he's faster. In that fast break will be a little more lit with John Wall. And, Kawhi and Paul George are already kind of slower, kind of slow grind type of niggas. So I just think John Wall adds a good dynamic, but no, he just doesn't he don't take them over no top. Yeah. I think they already had the roster to be like the Warriors had a cakewalk this year, if we're being honest. The Warriors didn't really play nobody to get to the finals. Now beating Boston was a good win, but before that, who did they play that was like you just was worried about them losing? Nobody. So all right, so that's what I'm saying. Next year, Clippers will be back fully healthy, and Clippers will have at least something to say. It'll be a tough matchup for them to guard Paul George and Kawhi. So, but yeah, go ahead. Get your thoughts off.
Believe it or not, I got the Nuggets. Because if I feel like with the core they have, if they get, let's be clear, they got to stay together. You know what I'm saying? Jokic, Murray, you know what I'm saying? Porter Jr. getting healthy. Just like we're talking them shit like that. And then Aaron Gordon, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like that's a good core, and they're young. You know what I'm saying? They're not like 35, 36, 37. Yeah. So I feel like you keep them together for, I'm not even saying it's going to be next year, it might be 3-4 years from now. I feel like they got a good chance at it. The Nets have the best chance to get it done next year in the East, but if they don't, then I feel like if the Nets stay together 3-4 years, they'll probably be in the finals. They got to stay together. They got to stay together.
Yeah,
I want to see how you make that work.
Best team. Go ahead, Thirst.
Oh no, the thing is, I got to see it work with everybody there. You know what I'm saying? It's one ball. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I expect, how do you, with the Joker going crazy, you know what I'm saying, how you have
Jamal Murray. We've seen Jamal Murray and Joker, though.
Right. But it's just like, but now you got the young boys, like there's one ball, and it's like all these people feel like I prove myself, you know what I'm saying? Michael Porter Jr. got the big contract. He's like, yo, I ain't the little buck. I got paid too. I showed out in the bubble. And I just want to see how it's gonna work out. Do you run things through Murray? Do you run it through Jokic? Like
it's Jokic. It's always Jokic. We're not even gonna.
So it's Jokic.
It's Jokic. They're not
Murray is that dude too, though. When he's
he's absolutely that dude. Like, but you know how it goes. they're gonna run through him. MVP, put the numbers in them, double-digit assists, double-digit. They're gonna try to run it through him. They're going.
Of course.
Yeah,
and he's
But Murray's
coming
that
off
dude,
injury. And Michael Porter Jr., he just can't have that. To me, even though you got a contract, you haven't been playing, bro. You're always hurt. So you can't have that energy of like, nigga, give me my shots and all of that,
Yeah.
Because you could have got an extension elsewhere and got as many shots as you wanted, because he is going to be a great player if he ever stays healthy. But, you haven't been there to show up for these dudes. So I would say the Clippers is second on my list. And then I would probably have the Suns before the Nuggets. I ain't going to lie. But I do agree with you. The Nuggets have the better future ahead of them.
There it goes.
Than the Suns.
So that's why I picked them, because future, like I said, give me 3-4 years. If the Nets don't get it done at 3 years, I'm gonna go with them. Only reason I don't got Phoenix Suns is because, well, damn it, Chris Paul's still there. Let's be clear.
Curse Paul.
Chris Paul's still there.
You might as well call him Curse Paul.
Thank you. And then they didn't lock in DeAndre Ayton. Hate him or love, they didn't lock him. And then Cam Johnson, they didn't lock him. So it's like he up for the.
They still got a chance to lock DeAndre, don't they?
No, they got a chance to, but they haven't done it yet. So the fact that they haven't done it, that's.
I think they're gonna lock him up. They better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the Suns though, bro. They goofy. Them niggas goofy.
Right. All right, let's get into the next one. Where does Jason Tatum rank right now? Top 5, top 10, top 15, top 20, top 25. I say top. I give him top. I say 10 or 15, maybe 10. I'll give him 10.
15.
I can get him 9 or 10 up. I can name. He can be a 9 or 10. The league is kind of slim now, bro. It ain't what it was.
I don't give a fuck. We seen that nigga. It's personal.
That nigga's a 10, bro. Nigga's at least number 10.
I mean, I think if you really think hard enough, you can find 10 niggas.
Let's see.
Nah, ain't no way, bro.
Okay,
let's
see.
The nigga was in the finals, bro. He top 10,
now
bro.
ranking.
Let's go. Run it down. I'm gonna
here you go. Number 1. This is the NBA rankings for 2022 top 20. Joel Embiid.
Yes.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Giannis.
Yeah.
Yes.
LeBron.
Nope.
No. Okay. All right. So Jason Tatum is better than LeBron. Okay.
Yeah.
Steph Curry.
No.
Harden.
Yes.
Jokic.
Yeah. As Harden sits now, yes.
Jokic,
Ja.
I would say no.
Jokic is better.
Ja Morant.
That's tough.
No, I got Ja.
Luka.
That's tough. Give me Tatum over Ja.
You think it's a close call. I'll give you that. That's a real close call.
If the Memphis didn't play so good without Ja, I would have said Ja.
I'll give you that.
If Tatum didn't play that many games for Boston, they would have been ass.
Yeah.
Now we're at 10. Kawhi Leonard. He's injured, but it's like he's
Kawhi's
better than Tatum when he's healthy.
Luka.
Right. Now we're at 11. AD.
I have to say because if we're going to say Kawhi's better, we got to say Luka's better because they're both injured. So we can't say Kawhi's better and he's injured, and AD's not better and he's injured. That don't work that way.
Yeah, give me Tatum over AD just because we have to consider injuries. But if they're both healthy, give me AD.
What about Luka? You didn't pick Luka.
Luka, I'm not on the Luka wagon like that. Bro.
No, I'm saying you're on the wagon.
Give me Tatum over Luka, bro. But just because I don't like that Luka can't guard anybody either, bro. Like he can't guard. Like, and I know the offense runs all the way through you. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? You put up great numbers, but I also know that is choreographed in a strong way. Like how Utah used to run everything through Carl and John. Like everything's run. Luka is Carl and John. Like, go ahead.
Next it goes Dame Leonard.
Not Dame Leonard. You sound like Gilbert Arenas. He calls him Dame Leonard every time. So.
I got
give me
Tatum over Dame.
Give me Tatum over Dame.
I got Tatum over Dame.
And number 13 is Tatum, but number 14 is Devin Booker.
Tatum.
Yeah, I got Tatum in a close call.
Yeah, so Tatum is top 10, bro. You just admitted it, basically.
I had him at 12.
He's actually outside wherever we go.
A couple of them people that you said nah to though, like.
I kept going. Then it's like, okay, so we said nah. He had Anthony Davis, and then Dame, and then it was Jason Tatum. So it pretty much would have put him at 11.
Okay, all
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
All
They're
right.
playing
Well, he
level.
right there. He right there.
All
All right, so
we'll
after that,
I'll say top 10.
you
You say top
17.
15. I feel you.
I got him at
I'll say
17.
top
Fuck that.
15.
17.
Yeah, I would say 15 because like after that it goes Bradley Beal and Jimmy Butler.
Nah.
Who's been the better player of for the finals for the Celtics? Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum?
Jaylen Brown.
We all
Come on
agree
now.
on that.
Yeah.
So okay, I got y'all. So are we going off like regular season because in the finals?
I said finals. It said finals.
No, fine. He said finals.
No, I'm just saying for the rankings. You know what I'm saying? Because he kind of just.
Well, I'm
let
putting
goose
it all
in.
together for the ranking. And
Okay. I just want to ask you that
so
question. Okay.
I would say that's why I said Tatum is I still put him in top 10 for the whole altogether. He had a good playoffs. He just didn't have a good finals. And it was more defense against the Nets because he had a bad shooting series against the Nets too. So he hasn't been shooting that great throughout most of the playoffs. But and Jaylen Brown's credit, he has been playing a lot really good or better than Tatum a lot of those times. But anybody who's been a second option before, you got to admit that it's easier to be the second option and when you got a guy getting all the focus on the first option. But
we missed the name real quick.
Better series.
We missed the name. Meeks, I got one for you. Kyrie or Tatum?
Ooh, that's tough.
We didn't throw that in there. I got to throw it in there. Kyrie or Tatum? I got Kyrie, bro.
I'm gonna say Kyrie too, bro.
Kyrie's too skilled all around, bro. He is way too skilled.
Yeah, give me Kyrie. But I mean, if we're gonna say, the world will shoot us because Tatum made it to the finals, so they'll say
he ain't got a title though.
Team, yeah,
he ain't got a title though.
Yeah, and Kyrie showed you what he do.
chip.
Yeah, he showed you in the moments what he do.
Yes, he do.
So let's move on to the next question. How has this year's playoffs been? Amazing, good, okay, bad, terrible? I would say bad.
It's all right. It was okay.
Okay.
I mean,
it was between bad and okay.
Yeah, I get bad or okay. And just the finals or the whole playoffs?
Well, this year's playoffs.
Okay, got you.
I would say bad, just because I just wasn't entertained. You know what I mean? Like for the most of the time I was, and I've always been entertained with the playoffs for the most part. Before the last few years, ever since the bubble and after, it's just been weird, bro. It's been weird.
Yeah.
I think to me, it was bad. I just think you can never really see everyone at full strength. There's too many injuries. Like, I want to see, the Nets in Boston running back with Ben. You know what I'm saying? I want to see, running back with Kevin Middleton. You know what I'm saying? Like, with John Golden State. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's too many injuries. Like
you didn't. Actually, I think they played better. You could have left Ja off. That it was more interesting. No, I'm not being disrespectful. It was more interesting without Ja because they actually played better basketball without him.
Yeah,
right.
Ball movement.
Yeah, it looks better without it. Not saying
I want to see the Nets versus the
superstar.
Bucks ran back too because that got ruined by injury too.
Yeah, I want to see that ran back. There's a lot of run backs we can get in the East next year. I want to see.
The East is tough though. They definitely loaded. And I agree with what you said earlier, Thirst, about Kevin Durant to Miami. When that Kyrie was acting up for a second, I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? I would, and that's what I said too. I want to see Kevin Durant go to Miami if he was to go somewhere. Like that would be lit. Him and Coach Spoelstra, and then with Bam, and it'll just be lit. With him with a good coach like that. We haven't really seen that like that.
Yeah, besides Golden State, but
all right, so what'd you say about the playoffs, Thurston? How'd you feel about it?
Oh, I said bad because of the injuries. I just feel like I couldn't really get into it because once you see that injury, it's like you kind of predicted like it's going to happen. But then other than they got a one lucky game, and other than that was it. Like the Memphis, once Ja was done, it was done. Yeah, they came back and had a historic night. But other than that, they got smoked the next game. You know what I'm saying? Everyone was clicking. Even the 15 man on the bench was hitting threes.
Yeah, factual.
And we seen it like
which of these players will win a championship first? Tatum, Luka, Ja Morant, or LaMelo Ball? I'm gonna say Tatum. Luka is gonna win an MVP first. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he got MVP first.
But sorry, Luka, I don't see him a team like the way he plays. It's gonna be hard to build a team around him, bro.
Yeah,
because he likes to dominate the ball so much.
It's got to be all shooters in a 3-and-D. It's got to be all shooters and a lockdown wing. That's all you can do.
And even then, there's too much talent in the league for all shooters and Luka to just
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That would have worked 10 years ago, but
Yeah,
that shit don't work no more, bro. It's just niggas got 3 superstars and shit now.
I'm gonna go with Luka. I'll pick Luka.
Okay. I ain't mad at the pick, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't see how it happens.
I hate to say it. I gotta go with Jason Tatum. I'm be honest with you, because I don't think he's going to. But like,
none of these niggas ain't winning a ring no time soon.
You got to look at it, bro. They got the best ownership of the list. They got the best coach on that list. They got, you know what I'm saying? They got. I don't think him and Jaylen Brown are gonna stay together long term, but enough to get it done. And like I said, you can build around him. They got a good front office. They got a great young coach. Like they got the elements to keep it going. I don't see him getting any worse. So I got Jason Tatum first.
Yeah, I don't really see none of them winning no time soon. But if
not Melo, I don't see LaMelo ever winning no fucking.
He's not in the Hornets, but eventually
he ain't gonna be not in the Hornets uniform. And by the time he gets out of it, Jason Tatum probably done had his next 3 years. If he gonna get it.
I think that ship sailed this year though for Boston. They should have grabbed it this year if they was gonna grab it, but we'll see.
I agree.
Who has the best duo for next season? AD, LeBron, KD, Kyrie, Harden, Embiid, Giannis, and Chris Middleton.
So also we want to throw in there. My man said we got to throw in the Kawhi and PG.
Kawhi and PG. I feel like that's disrespectful to have them not on that list, especially over AD and LeBron. No disrespect, but we seen that show. The niggas can get it done.
Facts. KD and Kyrie. That's the best duo on this list, and it's between them and the Clippers, like y'all said.
Yeah. The list should have the Clippers on it, but since it doesn't, I'm gonna go Kyrie and KD.
Agreed.
Who's the best point guard in the NBA right now? Steph, Kyrie, Luka, John Morant, or somebody else? Kyrie, the best point guard to me, bro. Steph Curry and him is 1A, 1B. You know what? You could say whoever. I'm not gonna be mad at either of them two. You know what I'm saying? Because even though Steph Curry won the championship, I know everybody's gonna be prisoner of the moment, and he's great. But I'm saying Kyrie didn't play most of the year, but Steph Curry was struggling a lot of this year, bro. Like he struggled. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying we're talking about this year. And I mean, that's just my personal preference. I understand. I would say Steph because he played the most. You know what I'm saying? So I won't give it to Kyrie if we're talking about who played. But give me Kyrie.
I always say the same thing, bro. You know me. Kyrie, any list you put him on, he's the most skilled. Like, if you ask who's the most skilled point guard on that damn list, it's Kyrie. Like, let's just get out. He's the most skilled point guard on that list. Like you said.
The most skilled point guard we ever saw, honestly.
Yeah, so I can't knock that. Honestly, I don't know, man. You gonna hate it, man. I probably gotta say Luka, bro.
I'm still having trouble looking at
honestly, but I'm gonna tell you why. The reason I say Luka is because when you look at this ain't a Draymond Green shot. I'm telling you, like when it comes to the team and you look at the aspects of it, he's allowed to do more and create more because he has more. Luka's essentially just like, give me the ball, and if you don't score 40, they're gonna fucking lose. Like, you gotta score 40, 10, and 10, or they're gonna lose. Like, Steph can score 15, but then you get Clay who'll score 20 and Jordan Poole will score 18, and then they'll win. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Luka doesn't have a 1B. Like, everybody on that list essentially has a 1B. It's Luka or nothing. So that's the only reason I'm going to say Luka is the best on that list to me. That's personally just for me. Because if it goes left, he's done. They're done. No Luka, they're done.
I ain't mad at that.
I ain't mad at that either. I gotta agree with that one. Like,
when Luka got to get in shape for a whole season, stop guys and play the other side of the floor just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because when Steph and Kyrie both got killed for not playing defense and both had to damn step their shit up and show some type of formidable effort on the defensive end, and Luka needs to do the same thing, if you ask me, bro. He don't just get to never play defense, bro. He's young 100%. As fuck, and he don't play no defense at all, and he be getting cooked whenever he does. And Steph, he had a better defensive finals this year than he had had. He was playing good defense, but he was getting cooked in some instances. There at the beginning of the series, they were picking on Steph and like
badly.
Yeah, they was looking for Steph all down the court every time, damn near. But Steph adjusted, but. I ain't mad in those picks. Luka, Steph, Kyrie, they're all like, top guys. You could go either way. All right, so which one of these teams?
Before you go, then I gotta put I gotta look at Tatum different. You know what I'm saying? Because they're switching, and you had Curry on you. You know what I'm saying? And you still can't score. You 6'9", he's 6 whatever, and
it should be
a
automatic
buck whatever.
bucket.
It should have been automatic bucket. That's why I was like, I just don't like. I think you should have took advantage of that one. But I was impressed with Curry's defense though. But yeah, we're thinking about it like, dang, yeah, Curry on you. You know what I'm saying? You should exploit that, take advantage. But yeah,
he should exploited that ass badly.
Yeah, there's nothing that Steph should be able to do with Tatum on him, like nothing. So automatic. So all right. So which one of these teams is more likely to make a push for the title next season? Sixers, Nets, or Lakers? Lakers ain't pushing for shit.
Nets.
Then and I mean the Sixers are gonna push in the regular season, but we know what happens after that. James Harden turns into a missing person. He turns into a milk cart. So when it's all said and done. Thurston, how you feel?
I'm going over the Nets, man. Like Lakers is just gonna be something just to talk about because it's the Lake Show. It's LA, bright lights, but Philly. So we already seen it. I think the Nets is just like we don't speak ifs, but it's just like with the roster where it's set up, it's gonna be looking scary. You know what I'm saying? I just think they probably need to get rid of Joe Harris. You know what I'm saying? But right now, the way it's looking, it's like, ugh.
I like the Nets roster with KYRIE, Steph Curry, Joe Harris. These are the people who's still on the roster right now. KYRIE, Steph Curry, Joe Harris, Claxton, Kevin Durant, Patty Mills, and there's one other person that I'm forgetting that's on the roster. Oh, Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is on the roster. So I'm just saying that's a good 6 or 7.
Forgot.
Right, of course. I forgot the nigga he don't fucking play. So yeah. So that roster, I like that roster. They got to fill in those last few people or whatever. But 6-7 core, that's a good core coming into the season fully healthy. They didn't have Joe Harris last year. KYRIE, we know, didn't play most of the fucking year. So there was no way for them to develop chemistry. So, a lot of the slander goes around about the Nets. But the truth is, them niggas just did not get to even become a team last year. They never had any camaraderie was able to be built. No team chemistry, nothing. And then they just got thrown out there. So next year will be different. They're not going to get swept in the first round. It's going to be looking a lot different. But how about Ben Simmons, man? Get off the fucking milk carton. Get off the goddamn missing people's report and bring your ass to play basketball, nigga. Get your face out of the Kardashians' assholes and come play basketball. Because that's what the fuck you literally went to LSU and you've been spending your whole life doing, nigga. You're 6'10" and you walk around not doing shit with all that hype. And so and lastly about the Lakers though, the good thing about the Lakers is that they have nowhere to go but up because they were so fucking ass last year. So you have to be better than you were last year. You got a new coach. Russell can't be ass. Your only fucking problem is, your biggest problem is LeBron is chasing the Kareem's scoring title. That's why the Lakers don't have a chance, and they didn't have a chance this year because that nigga's worried about scoring as opposed to winning games. So, and Russell's worried about his $47 million that he just opted into. This nigga was singing Beyonce on Instagram this morning because he's happy about signing this $47 million and basically robbing the fucking Lakers. And emphasis on Rob because that's Rob Pelinka's fucking name. These nigga been robbing this nigga, and Rob Pelinka at this point, if you have no backbone and you're gonna let Clutch just fucking walk all over you and Jeannie Buss, sell the team and let another nigga do the job, bro. Because they're
gonna sell to LeBron and Clutch.
The Los Angeles LeBrons are not going anywhere this year, so we need to make it needs to be some different shit going on this year, man. But let's get your last thoughts, man, so we can get up out of here, man. That's it, man.
Yeah. J-MEEKS. See my phone ringing? Hello. Yeah. How is you doing? Yeah, I know how. Cause I'd have been through it. Yeah. I'd have been doing some shit that I never could see and some other shit. I'ma get to it. Yeah. And if I'ma do it, then I'ma get fluid. Yeah. I'm trying to be in another location so much that the languages I'ma get fluid. Yeah. Man, if it's dangerous, how could you do it? Man, someone never know. Yeah, and someone never grow. Yeah, but never be the nigga talking shit and the gun'll never blow. Yeah, I've been through a whole lot of shit and my sons will never know. Yeah, and we all got different circumstances, but none are better though. Yeah, and the fun'll never go.